guys, welcome back to my channel and another Topic Tuesday. Okay, today I'm going to fully cheat on this topic because what's new, right? But the topic itself was faves for winter, and I'm gonna just have a bad faith interpretation of that because I know it probably means like favorite nail polishes for winter. But during the course of this Vlogmas, I'm doing similar topics, basically 6 ways to Sunday, and I don't think I can rehash it again and feel good about it. So I'm going to do my favorite nail care items for winter and hand care items for winter. I definitely have a lot of other videos coming out this month talking about, you know, I'll have like favorite festive polishes. I think I'm gonna have one that's like favorite non-traditional holiday polishes. I also have just my regular seasonal polish picks, and those three are just very much, that's enough, right? It's enough winter polishes. You guys get the gist. So today it's gonna be all about my go-to hand and nail care favorites for the, I almost said the month of winter, for the season of winter. I don't know about you guys, but for me, winter is my highest risk season for breaking a nail because not only am I dry in humor, I am dry in skin. And when I get dry, when my nails especially get dry, they get brittle as well, and then it's all over. It also doesn't help that I work in an office environment. I'm only there 2 days a week now, but like I work in the office, and on those 2 days, there is a lot of paper, which does really dry out, sucks the moisture out of my hands. And I swear my office has like a dehumidifier going, which it's like, it's not that bad. Like, we're not that humid in the winter, but that in addition just sucks all the air out of the, sucks all the like moisture out of the air. And again, I get even drier. I'm a big pen to paper type of planner, and I like stationery. So, you know, I write letters and things like that. Again, a lot of contact with paper. I get super dry. And one of my biggest hobbies outside of nails is cross stitch. And when it comes to cross stitch, I have to make sure all the oils and like lotions and things are not on my hands, because if that oil gets into the cross stitch, it can stain. And it's one of those weird things where you don't see it at first, but years later, those stains can bloom and come out. So I have to like thoroughly wash and dry my hands before I cross stitch. So, and in the winter is when I cross stitch the most because you can't go anywhere. So my hands suffer greatly. So I want to talk about a few categories of products that I like to use during the winter, and then I want to highlight a few all-stars within those categories. So I just got all my products, and this video is going to seem really high maintenance for like just keeping your hands moisturized, but I do have to say, on my right hand specifically, you might not be able to see it, but like this spot right here and right here on my knuckles, it always cracks open and bleeds in the wintertime if I don't take extra good maintenance care of it. And there's just a scar that just keeps opening and opening. I don't know. Just some damage I did to my hand when I was younger, and it just never fully repaired. And so like, yeah, this is high maintenance, but at the same time, this hurts. So I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, my first big category is hand creams and balms. And I have quite a variety that I use specifically more around the winter time for a variety of different reasons. Now, the main ones that I use year round are these hemp's lotions, and these are body lotions, but what are hands if not part of the body? These are on the lighter end of things, so they soak in a lot faster and they don't last as long. Like if I put these on my hands and then I wash my hands, I would immediately have to reapply because they are not super heavy duty. But just like throughout the day, these are great. I have this one, I think it's, I don't know if this one's discontinued. It's sweet pineapple and honey melon. And I keep this one in my bathroom. And you know, whenever I get out of the shower, whenever I wash my hands, things like that, I immediately use that one. And then this one I keep just in this room. And this one is velvet, lavender, and pink peony. Smells really good. I got this one mostly just because I really like the smell, but they are super light. I just rubbed some into the back of my hand, and you can't see any kind of like oily sheen or anything. And that's the thing with some lotions like that are day-to-day lotions, they can feel really oily and really greasy. And if you're trying to do tasks throughout your day, the last thing you want is like oily hands. And that's why Hemp's is kind of like my main go-to, because It's just moisturizing enough to keep me going, and I don't have to constantly reapply it, just a few times throughout the day. But I can do other stuff and not have to worry about like getting greasy oil stains on my work shirts and things like that. Another one that I use for kind of constant moisture throughout the day is this one by Dionysus, and these are unopened tubes that I have. I keep one in my desk at work because I bought like a little sampler of these itty bitty ones, and then I bought a really big one because I really like this scent. These are goat milk based skincare, and goat milk is pretty good for your skin from what I've heard. I'm not a scientist, but I do know that I used to drink goat milk as a child and it tasted fine. So that doesn't really affect this. But some people get really freaked out by goat's milk, and I don't know. I grew up drinking it. It's fine. It tastes like milk, I guess. But now I'm an oat milk girly, so focus on the moisturizer, Hillary. Okay, so like I said, I keep one of these mini ones in my desk at work, and this is another one where it's just nice to apply throughout the day. A little goes a long way with these. It's very easy to over moisturize with these, whereas like I said, this soaks in really fast. If I do a full pump, I can do both of my hands and it will sink in really fast, and I don't have to really worry about having too much on my hands. With this, you need like pea size or less amount, and it will cover your whole hands and will soak in. Just like the hemps, this one has a ton of different scents, and I don't find that it leaves oily prints everywhere. I usually use it 3 or 4 times throughout the day, every time I wash my hands, things like that. I did end up finding my favorite scent, which is this verbena and cream. Is that how you say it?
Verbena. 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 Verbena.
Verbena. Verbena and cream. I don't know what that is. Anyways, this one smells like household cleaner in the best way. I don't know. I think that maybe a lot of household cleaners smell like this one, but I love it, and it smells really fresh and nice, but they do have softer and sweeter scents. Like this one is vanilla bean, so you know it's gonna be like not smelling like a household cleaner, but they have quite a lot of scents, and they have these itty bitty ones which are great for your bag, your purse, and the caps are pretty secure, so you don't have to worry about it opening up. It's one of those kind of like metally foily tubes, or no, it's not. It's like more of a plasticky tube maybe. And I just find that they're really nice to use. The reason why I picked these up is because they reminded me of, is it L'Occitane? They have similar ones, but they're like in the metally foily tubes. And I found the L'Occitane ones to be just too oily for throughout the day use. And so it kind of gives me that similar L'Occitane vibe without being like an oily grease ball mess. The other thing I keep in my desk at work is this Lanolips. It's like a salve or a balm, and it's kind of the texture of Vaseline. I don't have one with me. I will pop up a picture here, but it's kind of a multi-use balm. You can use it on your lips, your skin, whatever. And so what I use this for is 2 things actually. The crack that I was talking about earlier right here, I always seal in moisturizer with that because it creates like an extra barrier layer. But also sometimes when I have been wearing my hearing aids too much or too long, I need to get new molds. This is like not the hearing aid's fault, but it cracks the skin in my ears. It like cracks my ears open, and so I use it on my ears as well. But it's definitely, it's not like a lotiony scent. It's more like if you like rubbed your fingers together and went like this, it would definitely like stick up like a, it's thicker. And so if you are somebody who really needs that extra moisture locked in, I love layering that over lotions because it really helps keep it lasting longer. 2 more balm / hand creams, and then we'll move on to the next topic. So the next hand cream I have is one that I got as a sample from PBE, and this is from the brand Bygone Apothecary. I have tried their shower bombs, and they had a lot of other interesting products as well. I'm not usually someone who's like super into lotions, like high-end lotions and stuff like that. Like when Bath and Body Works does their lotion sales, I'm like, I don't care, sell me the candles. I don't care about the lotions. But this, I got it as a sample, and I was like, oh, I'll just use it up and try it and whatever. Changed my life. Not to be dramatic, but to be a little bit dramatic, this lotion changed my life. You guys have seen, I post swatches on Instagram, I swatch on my channel, and I'm not the most, like, swatches aren't definitely not my strong suit, but I'm trying. I'm doing my best. And when you sit down and you swatch for a really long time, it can be really, really drying to your hands and your nails. Because that constant removal of the polish, it really dries my hands, my cuticles, my nails out. So once I'm done swatching for the day, I put on just a thin layer of this, again, like pea size or less. And this one, this is a really nice scent. It's like powdery, but this one is definitely an oilier, kind of thicker cream, and it leaves kind of like a barrier layer. And so that's what I need right when I'm done swatching. I need something to really stay on there. I don't know if you can tell, my hand does look a little bit shinier, and it feels just a little bit slicker than some of those other ones. It doesn't soak in as fast, but I love the longevity of it because I can, usually when I'm done swatching, I'm going to go and I'm just going to like watch a show or something. So I'll put it on my hands and then I'll just go and I'll sit and I'll just let it soak in and do its job over time. And the last one I have is a body balm by the Soapy Chef. And again, I got this at Polish and Beauty Expo, PBE. This one came in my like swag bag, and this is, I like gouged into it. It is a really, really dense, like, oh my gosh, I'm like flipping you guys off. I'm pushing really hard. It doesn't move. You gotta really warm it up in your hands. But the really nice thing about this is it has the most longevity I've ever seen. Once you get it kind of out of the tin and warmed up between your palms and like put on your hands or your legs or your elbows or whatever is dry, it feels kind of, I don't know, for me it feels a little bit warming, but it also has this kind of feeling of like a film over your body. And I mean that in the best way possible. So I like to rub this all over my hands and on my legs as well right before I go to bed because everything's so dry. And every morning when I wake up, I feel super hydrated. Like my hands feel like I just rubbed lotion on them. My legs don't flake like a lizard skin. Like it's just, get yourself some soothing body balm from the Soapy Chef. And I will be linking all these products down below. And if I ever do put an affiliate link in my description box, it is marked with an asterisk. So just so you guys know. But this has olive oil. That must be that oily feeling. Beeswax. It's got some flowers in there and some essential oils, probably for scent. The scent is not very strong, which I think is a good thing. It's got that calming kind of chamomile soft scent. So I will definitely, they got me on this one because they put it in my swag bag and I was like, you're never going to get me to buy like bath products and stuff like that. Because like I said, I just don't buy a lot of this kind of stuff outside of my tried and trues. I'm not super experimental with it, but this, I'll be buying several backups of this. This is going to get me through the winter. And I like these little tins because once it's empty, I can put trinkets in it. All right, these next categories are going to be way faster. I just had like 9,000 lotions that I apparently love and didn't even realize I love that many lotions. The next category is you're going to want a great nail oil. If you want to prevent breaks, now is not the time to slack on your nail oil game. Between how dry it gets, at least in this area in the winter. I don't know about where you guys live, but for me, it gets very dry in the winter. And then there's all that constant hand washing because everybody's getting sick and you're trying to avoid getting sick. And so you're washing and washing and washing your hands. Your nails are going to be dry as a bone without any kind of intervention on your part. And I just don't think that the lotion is enough, at least not for me. So I am always coupling lotion with nail oil. Now I've done videos on nail oil in the past and I don't really have a particular favorite above all else. But in this particular case, when it comes to wintertime, I do tend to favor argan-based nail oils. I have a couple right here. This one is like just straight up argan oil. And I put this directly into my cuticle buddies when they become empty. It's got like a big dropper and stuff. It's nice. And then I also have the Orly Argan Cuticle Oil. I just keep this one in this room. It's not like a good travel oil because of the way this stopper works. But the thing that I really like about argan oil, I just feel like it has a stickier, thicker kind of consistency than a lot of the other oils that I have that are kind of thinner. And I don't know if this is just like a psychological thing, but the way that the like thickness of that oil feels on my nails, it just feels a little bit more reassuring. And I find that it moisturizes really well on my skin type, and it is long lasting. Whenever I use argan oil, it takes a hand wash or two to get it all really, really gone. I still can see the remnants of it in my nails and around my cuticles. If I were to oil and then quickly wash my hands, I feel like it doesn't wash off as easily as some of my other oils. So it is definitely my preferred oil when it comes to being extra dry. Of course, any oil is going to be helpful. It really helps with not only like cracking, but peeling. It adds flexibility to your nails. And when it is so bone dry out, you really are going to need that. That being said, because the argan oil is a little bit longer lasting, you know, after I've rubbed it in on all my nails, no matter how much I try, it's hard to get off my pointer finger that I use to rub it on all the nails. So every document you ever receive from me is going to have at least one very clear pointer fingerprint on it. I can't help it. Another favorite of mine for the winter, as far as hand and nail care goes, are hand masks. Now, I just ran out of mine. I have some more coming in the mail. Actually, I think they came, the package came from Ulta. So I usually buy the Aveeno like moisturizing hand masks. So they're like $3 or $4. They're not at Ulta online anymore. I'll have to check Target to see, but I ended up ordering one, I think from Sally Hansen. I'll pop pictures up here. Some people don't want to buy the hand masks. They'll do oil soaks. They'll just buy either some kind of like food grade glove or those like rubberized like latex type gloves. And then they will put on like a ton of oil and or lotion and then put the gloves on and just let it kind of soak in and kind of give yourself that extra boost of hydration, which is basically what a hand mask is. And then you can just toss that out and you have like the whole box of gloves. And I think it's definitely cheaper in the long run to do that way, making your own. I just like the pre-made ones. I like to buy the pre-made ones. I'm allergic to latex, so I can't use those gloves. I don't like the feeling of those gloves, like the nitrile ones or whatever. And we have a ton of like food grade, food safe gloves, but I use those to eat like chicken wings. So I need those for that and not my nail oil. I just like buying the pre-made ones. I don't have a good excuse. I just like them. I feel like they're better. I don't know. But it gives you that kind of like little self-care boost, self-care feeling. It's fun to, is it fun? Maybe it's not fun. It feels nice though. Once you've taken it off, once it's all said and done, your hands are going to be super moisturized. And I like to just sit down, watch a show, and have my little hand mask on because it's like the only time that I can ever focus on a singular task. So, because I can't do anything with my hands when the gloves are on. The next category is a good hand scrub, like a sugar scrub, something like that. Now, I don't buy specifically hand scrubs. There's a lot out there. I see them from time to time on Polish Pickup. They look nice. They seem really luxurious. I buy the Tree Hut ones. This one is like almost done. I need to order another one. But these are like $10.50 at Ulta for 18 ounces, and these go a long way. I use this on both my hands and my body, more so in the winter than any other time, and these still last quite a while. Smells really nice. They have some that don't smell as strongly. This one is a pretty strong lavender scent, and you can see the sugar crystals are pretty big in this one. I think some people prefer something a little bit finer when it comes to their hands, and I think that's why they make the hand-specific ones. I've got giant monster hands, so I need giant monster sugar crystals, so that's why I like this one. But these are really nice. You don't need that much. Again, like very little, and then underwater, I just rub it all across, and it really helps around the cuticles because I get a lot of more like hangnail type skin situations there, as well as my weird hand cut thing that always busts open. That to help alleviate some of the dry skin that comes off of that. And it does really make your hands feel super soft. Like this one has shea in it. Yeah, shea butter. This one has shea butter, lavender, and vanilla. And I think most of the Tree Hut ones have shea in it. And you can really tell shea makes your hands and just your skin feel super soft, super velvety. And this is not something I do daily. this is once to twice a week. I don't think that you need something super abrasive on your skin any more than that. Like I said, I'm not any kind of expert or like doctor, but everything that I've learned about exfoliation when it comes to skincare, less is more. You don't need to do it every single day because you can risk like over exfoliating and just a lot of sensitivity. So if you do get any kind of sugar scrub, make sure you're not overusing it because you don't want to get like tender hands or tender skin. My final favorite for winter is a nail file. Any nail file, anywhere, all the time. You gotta have a nail file. At this point, I think I have one in every room in my home. I have one in my bag. I have one in my truck. I have one in my office. I have them everywhere so that I am never at risk of not having one. And I think especially in the wintertime, this is gonna be important to prevent any kind of snags, because if you wear gloves or mittens, I don't because I'm dumb, but if you, my smart viewers, wear gloves or mittens, and you have an itty bitty snag on your nail that you're not aware of, and you go to put your glove on your hand and you pull it and it snags and you pull it again, you might cut off part of your nail, you might rip part of your nail. That's the last thing you want. Those little threads catch so easily. I mean, I know sometimes I'll run my fingers, actually 900 times a day, I run my fingers through my hair, and if I have even a little bit of a snag, it catches on a piece of my hair, and if I don't stop and carefully disentangle and inspect and then file it down, I might lose a nail at some point. So it's best to file those snags as soon as you get them, and that's why always having a nail file on you is going to be really helpful. So yeah, those are all my favorite kind of nail and skincare items for winter. When I first got into the hobby, nail and skincare was not something I cared about. I was more interested in all the pretty polishes, but as I've gotten more into the hobby, I realized that it's really important to take care of your nails and the skin around your nails if you want your manicures to look their very best. And so in the past, I don't know, like 3 years or so, hand care and nail care have become a lot more important to me. And I will never have like picture perfect hands. I always have like red lobstery hands. My hands are covered in a multitude of scars and they look a little bit, I don't know, not smooth. I have really big hands. I don't know. I say that a lot, but I don't think a lot of people really understand the magnitude of the size of my hands. So I know I'm never going to have like hand model hands. I don't have the most beautiful hands, but I do what I can to kind of keep them looking tolerable for photos and just feeling comfortable, because, you know, dry skin can really hurt. I can already feel this getting dry again, despite all of the lotion that I've put on over the course of the 30 to 40 minutes it's taken me to film this video, and it's not comfortable. So I hope that these suggestions helped you guys. Like I said, I'll link what products I can down below in the description, and let me know if you guys have any favorite products as well, especially like this balm. Let me know if you know anything like it. I mean, I'll probably just buy more from the Soapy Chef, but I've never used anything like this before and I absolutely love it. And let me know if there are any hand scrubs or other body scrubs that you guys really like, because I've only used Tree Hut ones and I would be willing to check out a couple more. So yeah, share with me your guys' favorite products in the comments below and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.